Morning, guys. We're up on the ducks going out bear baiting. Just wanted to show you it's spring now, so here we go. Perfect bear baiting weather. Not that it really matters with the snow because they are still sound asleep anyway, so but had our warm weather, and I guess this is our March going out like a lion deal. It's not exactly going out yet, but it's less than a week left. So came in like a lamb, heading out like a lion. And by the weekend, it's supposed to be back up to, I think, Sunday, maybe plus 10 or so. So you're looking 50 degrees. Anyways, we're gonna go out and get some bear baits, or some more of the bear baits put in. We finished them all today, hopefully. Alright, see you down the trail. You guys, we're out at one of my baits. I just wanted to show you this one. This here is about what I generally look for when I put a bait in. Everybody's a little bit different, but I think there's a few things that everybody agrees on, and I like to have some heavy bush around for the bears to feel comfortable before they come into the bait. You see here, now what I look for, you got some good thick bush down there, and then this here area sort of opens up a little bit for maybe 100 feet before the bait, and I like to have it so that when the guys are in their stand, and that stand will be blocked in with branches and stuff before the hunters get here. Now, so when the guy's in the stand, he can see the bears a little bit before they actually get right to the bait. Now, and that's because when a bait or a bear gets into the bait, you know, pretty much every bear that's been coming in there on a regular basis knows right where that stand is, and 90% of the time, guys say the bears come right in, and the first thing they do is they look up at the stand. As long as you don't move, they don't know the difference between you being there and the stand that was there a little while, like earlier. So if they can get a sight, a look at the bear before he gets into the bait, I like it that much better, so then they can, make sure they're sitting still when he gets here. Now this here barrel, you see, chained to the tree, got an eye bolt through the bottom here, so it swivels around. It's got 4 holes about 1 inch big all the way around it. 3 or 4, doesn't matter. Now what I used to do is have oats in these things with mixed with oil, sugar, molasses, all that stuff into a thick mixture, and the bears would lick at those. They'd roll the barrel around, lick here, a few oats would follow it at a time, and they'd lay there forever eating at them. It worked great. Just got to be a pain, so I tried something else. Now, this barrel has 2 beaver carcasses in it. What happens, those things rot inside there, they never get eaten. They rot in there, the bugs get in there. The bears come and roll them around, they eat all the bugs out of there, but it's the smell just spreads forever. And then this barrel here has, you see, fryer grease from the fryers from the restaurants. Bears absolutely love it. And I've got straight fryer grease in here. When I come in, as soon as the lake opens up, I'll come in here with more grease, and then I'll put about 1.5 bushels of oats in here too, and then fill it up with fryer grease. This here is just something I used a few years ago before I got the barrels in here for the beaver carcass. I would have a beaver carcass hanging in this bag up off the ground, and the smell would attract the bears from a long ways away. The one thing I found down here compared to up north is, I think the first year I put those ropes up here, probably 80% of my baits, the bears just climbed up the trees, chewed the rope off, and ate the bait. So this is one of the few ones that had it left over. Now the nice thing about this barrel is the bears can't get their heads in there. So what they do is they stick their paws in and then pull it out, lick the grease off, and then they just do that until they're sick of it. Because especially early in the spring, they can't stomach a ton of that grease. It's pretty hard on their stomachs. But what they do then is they walk away and they leave that scent trail, you know, for a long, long ways through the bush, and any other bear coming along that smells that's going to follow his trail and hopefully get to the bait. So, I mean, that's a pretty common practice here with these barrels with the hole cut in them. The holes are about 10 inches square. Don't make a round hole, because any bear sticking his head in there that can get his head just barely in and have a heck of a time getting it back out. A square hole, they can always wiggle around and get their head back out. So, all right. So like I said, thick bush, little open area. And the other reason this spot is so perfect is you have a big open area, a swampy thing, a pond, a lake right behind the stand. So then you're not going to have bears coming in. Oh yeah, and the other thing too, that is straight east. Our prevailing winds are west, out of the west. So I have all my stands on the east side of the actual bait. So that, because bears will, you know, they follow with their nose. So they will generally come in from the east on a new bait especially, but after a while they'll wander their own trails to where they want to. But this way you don't have bears sneaking in behind you quite as much to get to the bait if you have your, you know, a big open area behind the stand. So anyways, that's just how I set up my bears baits, and everybody does it a little different, but for the most part it's, like I would say, you put it there, they're gonna find it sooner or later. All right, see you later.